want to do some. There we go. Okay. All right, howdy folks. Oh, Doctor here, and yeah, I have the webcam on today because I take 2 weeks off of basically the entire internet, and I come back and literally so many things have happened that it's I don't even know where to begin. I I take a break. I put my phone down after all the dream stuff happens, and I made my video on that, and decided I'm gonna let it play out and see how things start to unfold and everything. And then I just kind of got busy around the house and everything, like getting some stuff done. Um, just trying to focus more on like the reality of like my life rather than what other people got going on in their lives and stuff. Like I preach all the time, like worry about yourself, don't worry about what other people got going on. So I was doing that, and then like all of this stuff happened, and it's just insane. And like I don't know, it's just like I don't understand why things need to get to this point. Like literally, like I was saying last week, it's a matter of, it seems to me like it's people get pushed to do things that they don't want to do necessarily, but like they feel like they have absolutely no other choice. But I know like absolutely nothing about this, so we're gonna take a dive into it and see what happens. Like see what all is going on. Now, I do have the manifesto that he wrote. I have that downloaded, so I am at some point gonna take a look at that. Now, I know that there is a lot of very vulgar language and things that really can't get shown per se. Maybe not. I don't know if like I'd get banned or anything for showing it. I mean, I probably would because of some of the pictures that are in there for sure. So I'm probably not going to be able to like put it up on the screen. So I might have to try to figure something else out in the meantime while I read that, because there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to read it out loud or like show it, because there's too many of the hard R. Like there's too much. Too there like it's absolutely disgusting. Like I don't like I don't understand how you can get to that level of hatred over anyone for that matter. Like it doesn't make sense to me, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. And we're gonna try to see what the fuck went so wrong, and like what we can do to prevent it. Like I don't know. I feel like I have a couple of important things to say, but like I don't know, we're just gonna have to find out, right? So this was 3 hours ago. I'm not necessarily a big fan of Fox News. I'm thinking maybe this one, because this is like some of these, because they're actually Tennessee based. So I'm thinking we'll start off with this one. They're pretty quick, so we shouldn't have to be on it for too long. But like I don't know how many people were involved. I don't know how many people died, how many people were injured. So I'm completely oblivious to this. Like I just learned about it like 2 days ago and didn't really get much of a chance to look into it too much. But I want to do that now, so here we go.
Now to the latest on that bombshell discovery from WSMV4 investigates that 2 years before the school shooting, Metro Police took 2 guns from the home of the school shooter. Our chief investigative reporter Jeremy Finley first broke that story last night. Jeremy, you've uncovered even more tonight.
Yeah, we have, Marius. We now know the circumstances of why the guns were removed has to do with a juvenile matter inside the home. The question tonight, what happened in Solomon Henderson's home 2 years ago, and was it a precursor to this week's deadly school shooting? Tonight, this report of police responses obtained by WSMV4 Investigates shows Metro Police went to the home of Solomon Henderson 4 times before the Antioch High School shooting between 2021 and 2024.
They went to his house 4 times. So basically what I'm already getting here, and I don't mean to laugh at like the situation. It's just like
a missing persons call in 2021, a request for an officer for an investigation in September 2023, but no one was home. A month after that, a report of theft, and a police report was completed.
Of what?
Last December, a call was made, but police turned back around. We first told you last night
turned back
how Henderson
around?
wrote in his online diary on January 10th of this year, quote, "I had my house raided once. They found a gun. It was mine. Laugh out loud. My dad took the blame." Metro Police confirm to WSMV4 Investigates.
Why is your house like
that 2 guns belonging to an adult were taken from Henderson's home in 2023, but couldn't release any more information because of, quote, juvenile confidentiality. No one answered at the home of Antioch High School shooter Solomon Henderson this afternoon, but 2 neighbors of the Henderson family who did not want to go on camera.
I wouldn't answer the fucking door either.
Had been to the family's home prior to the attack. Both say that they weren't sure why.
Like, okay. I'm going to stop it here because like, let's take a step back. Imagine you're like this is your kid that did this. Like, are you going to be wanting to talk to like 50 people coming up to your door all the time? Talking about, oh, can I ask you the same question that you've already answered 50 times prior to this? Like, no. Like, go away. Fuck off. Like,
police came.
Literally, like, these people are trying to fucking, like, process what the fuck just happened, and they have people down their throats, like, oh, can we get an interview? Can we get an interview? Like, no, fuck off. Like, I'm trying to figure out my fucking, what the fuck just happened. Like, no, I don't want an interview.
But that the Henderson's family appeared to be arguing.
I don't want to keep pausing and stuff, but, like, I hate paparazzi. I hate fucking media. I hate... Like, this stuff is so annoying, and, like, give the people some time to, like, process things. Like, come on.
Having access to guns is part of it.
We took our findings to psychologist Robert Moore, who identifies threat assessments for schools on troubled students. He says police confiscating guns from a troubled student's home was a precursor for a future disaster.
Okay, so if you already took guns off of them, like, and there's already, like, shit going on, like, that should...
If they were removed because of some tip or some report, yeah, I'd want to know what else is going on.
Exactly.
Okay, also...
Unless it was, like, something to where, like, it was, how do I want to put it, like, well, obviously, like, they had to have been unregistered, right? They like had to have been. They don't specify.
I want to let you know we have
And I don't know if I could like really dig into the
filed open records requests to determine if 911 calls have been made from that home. We're going to keep pushing for details on that and why police removed those guns. We will keep you posted.
Yeah, well, that's what I want. Like, I want to know why, like, how many and like why. All right, we watched that one, so now I wanna let's check this one out.
Deserves to be alive today. All of you deserve safety. And that is something we are fighting for every day in the Tennessee General Assembly.
So what, there were two people
As a mother, I have 3 children in Metro Public Schools. I have 2 in high school, 1 in kindergarten. This affects me too. I never want to see a family not see their child come home after school.
No, that's great. Like, you're not supposed to live longer than your children. That's not the way that the life cycle is supposed to go. That it's absolutely horrible. I couldn't imagine the feeling of losing a child. Like, because I know that like I know I love my parents and shit, but like I know they love me a lot more because like they raised me. So like I know that it's like a bond that like you just don't get that anywhere else.
It is a shame that even as this tragedy has occurred, this week, our governor has sent us to a special session to vote on things that we didn't ask for. Like school vouchers. We didn't ask for that. Immigration laws to demonize immigrants. We didn't ask for that. What you're asking for is gun safety, to be safe in our schools. That's what we're fighting for. So I want you to know, that's right. That's right. So I want you to know, as your state senator, I am a fighter and I'm fighting for you. Let me hear you say, we won't stop. We won't stop. We won't stop. We won't stop. That's right. We won't stop. That's right. We won't stop.
Like this is just
So we got a job in
insane.
the FBI saying that
She deserves
Like I can't begin to imagine like what's going through your mind in a situation like this. So there was a time when I was in school. I went to a vocational education school. I went for welding. So I was in, it was like a 3-floor building. It was like, I mean, there was like the ground floor, which was the bottom floor that had like the machine shop, carpentry, electric, and I think that was it. I think there was only those ones down that hallway. There was the second floor, it went culinary, then welding, then auto body, and then upstairs it went cosmetology, the 2 social studies rooms, and then computer science, and like the plants, sort of. I can't remember what the name of the class was called, but I guess like they separated our lunches through different, like certain certain groups would go at different times, so that way like the whole lunchroom wasn't like completely packed with kids. And apparently at one point there was an incident where one of the culinary kids like started freaking out with one of the kitchen knives and was like getting real testy with somebody. And like it was a whole thing like where the cops showed up and everything. And they hit it so well. None of us knew. None of us knew that this was going on. Only the people in culinary and the people that were like directly involved knew that it was happening. And it was crazy. I mean, it wasn't nobody knew. Like we didn't find out until like a couple of days afterwards. But there was one instance where at the other school, like the regular high school, I guess somebody made a bomb threat one time. And they didn't like lock us down. I don't want to say that they didn't. Like it's honestly it's so long ago that like the memory is fading, but like I don't want to like I want to say they like kept us in the classrooms and like basically had the teachers go through and check everybody. I can't remember exactly. Something says that we did all get sent into like the cafeteria and then they had people come through. But I'm not entirely sure on the details, but I do know that there was another instance where somebody made some sort of threat at our school and we eventually got metal detectors and everything. But what was crazy about it was like we stopped using them like 4 months later. Like something happened to one of them and then they like all got put to the side to get serviced or something. And then they just like stopped using them. So it was like, what was even the point? Oh, so that's live now. I'm not watching that. So, alright, let's watch this one.
My name is Jermaine Cole Jr. I am 19 years old. I am a college student, and I am pissed off.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't do an hour and 10 minutes. Maybe I can. Actually, you know what? We absolutely can. Because I can read that while this plays. And we don't have to get off topic because I was just thinking earlier that it's been getting shoved down my throat what the STEM Colorado incident has been getting shoved down my throat in the YouTube algorithm for the past couple of days. And I was gonna play the what is it, Explore with Us, the Explore With Us video that they put out on it, because it just came out like not that long ago. But it wasn't that one. It was a video titled like the worst, one of the worst influencers from every generation or something. And like for whatever reason, like pink-haired kid is just like plastered on my YouTube homepage for like 2 weeks. And then Tom Dark made a video on it, and then I was like, well, I guess this is what people are talking about right now because of the whole Tennessee thing. But the thing, why though? I heard you downshift. It's not a race car. There is like 700 pounds of stereo equipment in it. It's not fast. It's just loud as fuck. I'm not impressed. If it's a cool car, it's a cool car, but I don't give a fuck about you downshifting going past my house, man. I'm not bitching, but like, why? If it's because you think I care, I don't, bro. You don't have to beat the shit out of your car to think that you're better because whatever. Like, I don't. That's what I mean. I don't understand why people act the fucking way that they act. Like, that was clearly intentional. But, like, why though? I don't know, man. Anyway, I'm gonna let this run, I guess, for a minute. I'll turn it down so I can talk real fast. I'm gonna let this run so that way I can read this piece of material. I don't have it set up yet, but I know I'm not going to be looking forward to it. I read some of it, and first off, it makes your fucking brain hurt. Like, it is so poorly like put together, like the format that it's like typed out in, it's so fucking bad. I don't know if it has something to do with like how it got downloaded as a PDF file or what. God fucking damn it. We're cooked. Cause now I can't even say PDF file without thinking that something's fucking weird about it. But I'm gonna open that up. As long as nothing opens up on that screen, we're good. No, 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 no. I don't know. Okay. I need to do this very carefully. Alright, hold up. I go on OBS. You're gonna look at nothing for a minute. Okay. Now I'll take this over here. Out my way, bitch. Alright, now. Okay. Now I'm gonna bless myself with this. But let's see what this rally is all about.
Here and ask and hope and plead and beg them. We are now demanding.
If I hear something that's worth responding to, well, obviously, like, it's all gonna be worth responding to, but like anything that I have to add, I will pause and add, but I am gonna be focusing on reading this. And then if I also have something to add about the manifesto here, I'm gonna bring that up. I might actually run downstairs because I think I left my phone down there.
Give us gun violence prevention laws now, or we will show up until we cannot walk anymore.
What?
Show up and hope and plead and beg them. We are now demanding. Give us gun violence prevention laws now, or we will show up until we cannot walk anymore. Once we are done here, let's flood that rotunda full of students who are pissed off and ready for change. They think that they have power now. They think that they're very powerful sitting in those seats representing people. But let me tell you something. This is power. We have power. And until
So off the bat, we can see that the person responsible for this, it says involuntary N-word. So I'm under the, well, I'm not under the assumption, I know that he was like ashamed of being African American, I guess. Which I don't know, like, I want to understand so that way I can empathize better. That's why I'm like so deep into this, because like these people are hurting and like they just fucking need somebody that gives a shit. And like they feel like nobody gives a care, like nobody cares. And like there's got to be a reason. And there's got to be something that can be done to help these people, cuz this shit ain't right, bro. Like, death to the current state of the West. This is like, why? That's not, I'm gonna put it out. I don't agree with any of this. I'm not condoning anything that is said. I am reading off of the manifesto of the person that conducted this. And I'm quoting that. This is not my viewpoint. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with any of this. But like I was saying, there's like these people need someone, something, like they need help. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. Like, help could mean just a friend, literally just one person that will sit there and listen. not have all the answers to all the questions, but someone that'll just sit there and listen and just nod your head and yeah, every couple minutes, like just sitting there and letting somebody open up and allowing them to unload the bottled up emotions that they have sometimes is enough to really just ease a lot of this. And like these people feel like anything that they say is like gonna be taken like out of context or something, like or that they're gonna get judged for something because it's embarrassing or whatever. Like people shouldn't have to feel like that. And that's like, I don't know, like I always say that like if I had the opportunity, I would definitely go to school to be a therapist because I give a shit about people like a lot. And I mean I care about everybody like equally. Like I want everybody to live as happily as they possibly can. And like this is somebody that could have been saved. Like this didn't have to happen. Like this, somebody, all this person needed was like somebody to tell him like, hey man, like I'm not gonna allow you to go through this alone. Like we'll get through this. I'll help you get through this. And that probably could have saved all of this. Just one person being there for him. But I don't know. I can't say that for certain. It seems that like that's the case for a lot of these from what I gather from what is displayed to me. It seems like these people are just like crying out for help and they're getting angry and disgruntled because no one is helping them. And it's sad. I'm gonna shut up now and let this play.
And until they give us what we're
And get
asking
reading.
for, we're not going anywhere. So I end with this. Show up, make your voice heard, and give them hell. Whose house? Whose house? Whose house? Whose house? Thank you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you guys. Next we are excited to hear from Luis Mana, a decade-long community leader and public policy advocate who ran for state office in District 49 last year. Thank you for being here today.
Can y'all hear me okay? Antes que nada quiero decirle a la familia de Jocelyn Correa Escalante y a sus amigos y a su comunidad que vamos a seguir luchando juntos para que veamos acción. I want to be very clear that all kinds of hate are rooted in hate-fueled rhetoric. And it has no place in our schools, in our community, or anywhere in our society. The tragedy that happened at Antioch High School was not a tragedy that was one-off. It did not happen in a silo, but it is a result of a coordinated, calculated campaign rooted in hate, fear, and division that we see trickling down from the Oval Office into our state capitol and into our school cafeterias. As we know, they're getting ready to start the special session, and the governor and the Republican Party have made it crystal clear what their legislative priorities are. Are they going to be doing anything about the guns? No! No, they'd rather take our public tax dollars away from our public schools. Are they going to be doing anything about the guns? No! No. They don't give a crap! That's exactly right. They'd rather be holding hurricane victims' disaster relief hostage. Are they going to be doing anything about the guns? No! No, because they'd rather attack our immigrant and refugee neighbors.
Okay, I've found a point where I've come to needing my props. Bear with me. Got the big lights up in this motherfucker. So, can we see our prop? Actually, I have two of them. I have three actually. There's a third one. Do we see our props? Okay. Go ahead, kill someone. These are not the issue. Okay. What you don't understand, Mr. Puffy Vest, and I'm not trying to make funny or nothing, that's your most distinguishing characteristic. And it's the only thing that stands out to me. Because I don't ever really see people wearing puffy vests like that. Anyway. What you don't understand like, if somebody wants something bad enough, they're gonna get it. Okay? Like, it's the same thing with drugs. I need to get off of the desk. I'm sorry for shaking the camera. People are going to get drugs. People are going to get guns. People are going to get things that they want to get. It is like, it's just the way that things are. I'm sorry, but I'm telling you how it is. I don't sugarcoat shit. It's just, it's the reality of the situation. So, like, essentially what I'm saying, and I hate to say it, is like it's not gonna change. And the thing is there are two. For one, it's our constitutional right to be able to have firearms, like to defend ourselves against tyrannical takeovers. Like, obviously this is not that, and this shouldn't have happened. But the point is like the people that should have them, that aren't at risk, generally are the ones that are given permission. The people that shouldn't have them are the ones that are getting ones that have the numbers scrubbed off of them. And like, no, there's no way. And like, even like, I'm a crafty guy. Like, I like custom fabrication. Like when it comes to the whole welding thing, like custom fabrication is what I like to do. Like I have my computer up on a shelf here that I built myself at work. I mean, it's nothing special, but I measured my computer out. I cut the pieces out to be the size of the computer, and then I cut gussets out to strengthen it, and I have I made that. Like it's custom. But I could literally build a gun. Like, I don't have any blueprints or nothing. Like, I could literally just use my fucking common sense, and I promise you I could build some sort of firearm. And all I would need to do is, like, find empty shell casings, a supply of gunpowder, and a supply of lead, and a crucible, and I could literally, like, make my own firearm. It's not easy, but it's not fucking rocket science. Like, I'm not gonna go into it, obviously, but like, we as humans are smart enough to be able to get around things like this. So, realistically, I just don't feel like there's much that you can really do. Unfortunately. But like the whole thing is like we'll make ourselves big. Hold on, you gotta come over here to OBS. So now this one here, this is an airsoft gun. It takes CO2. There are plastic BBs that are in there. They're just little pieces of plastic. This is what one of them looks like. But this is not a toy, but it's also not necessarily a real firearm either. Now, as you notice, I'm holding it, and my finger is absolutely nowhere near the trigger, nor am I aiming it at myself. And I also have the magazine out of it and the slide locked back, knowing that there is absolutely nothing in the barrel or in the chamber or anywhere. There's absolutely no chance that anything is going to happen with this. Yet still, My finger is absolutely nowhere near the trigger. Let me point the camera down a little bit more. So, like, you just, they're not toys, like, and this also goes into, there's a couple of instances where I've seen, like, people accidentally killing their friends, or people accidentally killing themselves because they're messing around with guns. They just pull them out and start playing with them, and they point it at something that they don't want to shoot at, which is someone else or themselves, and all of a sudden it's going off. But if you did what I just did with this one here, it's never a thing. Like, I'm not pointing it at myself. I'm only pointing it at my desk. I mean, obviously I don't want to take out my monitor, but I'd rather take out my monitor than my leg, you know. But I mean, either way, this is an airsoft gun. There's absolutely, like, even if I would hit myself in the leg with it, it's not going to hurt me. Like, it's compared to, it is a toy. But we're gonna end our demonstration with this one. But again, whenever you handle one of these, you pick it up, like, say it's, you pick it up like this, or like this, like, just don't go near the trigger, okay? Pick it up, switch hands, like right here on the Desert Eagle. This is a perfect place to put your finger for trigger discipline. Like, if you ever see any video of someone at a gun range and their fingers on the trigger, or like a picture on Instagram and someone's holding the gun and their fingers on the trigger, you're gonna have at least 3 people saying bad trigger discipline, bad trigger discipline. This is what that is. It's keeping your finger off of the trigger at all times. But you just pick it up, drop your magazine, make sure you're clear, and then you can handle it and show it off, or whatever you're doing. Like, literally, without explaining it, that took like 5 seconds. That took like 5 seconds to do, and now I assured that no one's getting hurt. And the same thing. Fucking headphones. I'm not even using it. Get out of my way. Now, this one is different. That one's the same thing. Make sure you're clear. We're clear. All good. Now it's okay and safe to handle. Like, it's not that difficult, and it just, like, it's the person that is behind it that makes it become an issue. It's not this itself, it's the person. And again, the unfortunate reality of the situation is that if they want it, they're gonna get it. So I don't know. But I'm gonna let this run again. Now I can have the headphones back. And we'll play this.
That's exactly right. And now, more than ever, it is crystal clear that our fight is an interconnected.
I'm gonna get back to reading.
We know that an attack against one of us is an attack against all of us. And we have to continue to show up for the long term to build the collective power and real lasting change that demands sustained organizing year after year, election cycle after election cycle, legislative session after legislative session, and every single day in between, even when the cameras are not on. That's right. Right now, out there today, in this group, there is a younger version of myself who deserves to live with a sense of belonging. Right. Who deserves to live free from all acts of violence and all acts of hate. Who deserves to live free from the fear of deportation and family separation, who I and all of us have a great responsibility to.
Oh my God.
And we know that we are going to face several obstacles to try to keep us from progress. But when we invest in community, when we invest in each other, when we show up authentically for one another day after day, we never lose. And let today serve as a reminder that no matter how hard they try to take us down, we can say with confidence that we will continue to rise up and we will continue to fight for the multiracial, multi-generational future that we all deserve, because we all deserve to live free from the fear of gun violence. And we all deserve to live and go to school safe.
This made me think of his words constantly playing in my head as it repeats over and over again. Why doesn't somebody do something? Why doesn't somebody do something? Why doesn't somebody do something? Why don't I do something? Ever since I heard those words in my head, it made me just realize what I'm doing and what am I living for. This is like literally exactly what I'm talking about. As someone wanting to be normal and fit in, black people hate me, brown people hate me, women hate me. I don't know what this is, and I don't want to say it in case it's a slur. Hates me to an extent, and I just want to cry in a corner in my bedroom, like, not saying that. Knowing this shit is happening and it influences my people that have a terrible influence on my childhood and school life, ruining it for the sake of pushing an agenda and keeping black people with themselves. So fuck. It's pointless to defend them, help them, or marry them. And then it says this made me think of the words. Like, all bro needed was a friend. All he needed was somebody that, like, reciprocated his energy, and I feel like this could have been prevented.
And freely in our communities.
This is sad.
And we know that when we organize, we win. When we organize, lastly, I want to send
is
the message loud and
incorrect.
clear that ICE is not welcome in our communities.
Oh man, I don't want to get cooked for this. I shouldn't, because like it's not my words, but everyone seethes or awkwardly / fake laughs when they hear this word, but what does this word mean? Most people don't understand that it is a mindset living. I can't say this out loud. No, it's not that bad. It's just like every stereotype. Most people don't understand that this word is a mindset living Section 8 housing, aka the ghetto / projects, causing crimes, stealing for little to no reason, provoking unnecessary violence, etc. This is like, I'm not illiterate. This is literally put together this bad. Like, I promise. But it's that's no. That's false.
Now please welcome Emmy Wolf Dubin. Emmy is a journalist, student. Warm welcome.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! The lockdown generation is tired! We're tired of sitting in our classes day after day, week after week, year after year, seeing the same headline: shots fired at local school. This is a sob story we watch on repeat. The world looks down on us and sends their thoughts and prayers and best wishes as we move through a perilous and deadly system. We, the students, have lived this reality because we sit in those classrooms and live through those horrors. We carry bulletproof plates in our backpacks because the extra weight is worth the mitigated risks. We conduct drills like an AR-15 could kill 10 of us with a 3-second mistake. And all the while, our legislators sit in their comfortable chairs in that building right there and look down on us with a little smile. Come on. In just 2 years, Nashville has experienced 2 school shootings. We deserve better, and we are asking our legislators today to do better. The lockdown generation is tired of these drills that feel like rehearsals.
Come on.
I'm sorry. Legislature is not fixing this problem. It's just not happening. Like, this is the fucking problem. Like, this is why I am doing this right now. Where the fuck is it? Hold on. I consider the capitalism that we live in, the reliance on technology inevitably leads to these kinds of oppressive systems that exist. We live under how and whoever that is currently in control of it is merely riding at the crest of this technology paradigm shift and is not really in control of it. So if there is a small group of people who seem to be at the peak, period, they're not necessarily designing the system, period. Like, this is how this is written. The system is merely something that they've taken advantage of, whether they know it or not. Like, But all races have these problems. Yeah, but the only difference is that redacted disproportionately within inside race group committed more 13% of population and 52 of the crime. Like, what the fuck? This makes my brain hurt. Is it racist to think that black people are different from Asian people or that Asian people are different from white people? In one sense, we want to avoid assuming that someone's appearance or skin has any relevance to the intellectually or morally relevant aspects of their being, the contents of their character, and which Martin Luther King Jr. hoped everyone would eventually learn to engage with in interacting with one another. Still another way we seem to care about giving people credit for cultural contributions in a way that suggests that ethnic heritage belongs to groups of persons in ways that are not entirely wrong. But like, yeah, I mean, yeah, though, like that's what it is. It's you. Oh man, this is so like this puts. I feel like I'm put in such a fucking hard spot right now. I am obviously the type of person that's like, look at the person at face value, like who they are. Like, I don't know. People are people. I don't fucking look at people's appearance necessarily. I just fucking treat them how I treat everybody else. It's like not that hard to do. Like, you make it hard on yourself. Oh, now we're gonna get into religion. Do I even want to? I'm gonna play the video.
As a national student organizer, I'm tired of marching. My feet are sore and my soul is weary.
Whoa!
I'm tired of a legislature that puts guns over its students, but we keep fighting and we don't stop. Our legislature thinks they're gonna tire us out and we will just go away, but that's not gonna happen. We keep fighting and we keep marching and we keep rallying until we get the rights we deserve to live and to learn in peace.
Okay, so apparently how do I even want to start this off? Well, he has a problem with circumcision for whatever reason. I don't know why that fucking bot, like, why? What I'm trying to figure out is like, why does this bother you? Do you like want foreskin or something? Did you get circumcised and you're like pissed off because they took your foreskin and you want it back or something? Like, what do you like? Why do you care about what other people do with their children? It has nothing to do with you. Like, the fuck? Like, the fuck?
We shouldn't have to walk through metal detectors on our way into homecoming dances. Come on.
And you know what's fucking wild also? Like, back in like the 60s and shit, my grandfather used to tell me that they used to take their guns to school. And what they used to make you do is pull, like, you'd take a fucking whole ass fucking rifle. Like, I forgot my third prop over here. I have a shotgun. Break action, single shot, 12 gauge. Again, make sure that we're clear. Finger nowhere near the trigger. Basically, it'd be a rig like this, but you'd have a bolt action. And what they used to make you do, pull your bolt out. So that way they'd take your firing pin out. And then you'd like hand it to your teacher, but you get to keep the rest of the rig. And like that was like everybody that hunted after school. They'd take their shit all the time. So it's just like crazy. Like it's the thing. Like the wrong people have their hands on this stuff. That is what I'm trying to say. Like reducing. Like I said though, as deep of background checks as you could do, like you could give somebody a gun and then put a fucking camera in their house for like the entire time that they have the firearm. That doesn't mean like I could get I'm gonna get really controversial here. I don't know. I hope this doesn't blow out of proportion. But like everything could be fine. Like, oh man, there's so many different ways I could take this, and I don't know which way I want to go with it first. Like, there's too many fucking. There are too many. It's so touchy because there's like so many different variables now. In my opinion, the problem is like people are too fucking. Like not everybody in an essence, but like there's a greater number of people that think with their emotions rather with their senses as of lately, and it is only getting worse. So unfortunately, these things are getting worse. Another point, I don't get me wrong, I think that the internet is great, but like the fact that like all of this is able to just be seen, like people get ideas and like they'll see something on the TV and be like, oh well, I want to be like that, but then they'll only see like one person do that and then they're like, oh well, maybe that's not such a good idea. But then you see 10, you get access to 10 different of the same story. Oh well, now maybe I'll have my chance of like getting seen and heard for once. So now wheels are starting to turn, and it's from people that just want literally just a little bit of attention. Like, as sad and pathetic as that sounds, like, we are social creatures. We thrive off of interaction with one another. That is how we are as humans. And like, again, I feel like all of this can be solved by, like, we just need to treat each other better. We need to realize when people are hurting and crying for help, and we need to reach a hand out to help. Like, we're all too self-centered and too worried about our own feelings, or like hiding from them even, and making somebody else's situation worse by like talking down on them or whatever, like a high school bully. Like, a lot of times people bully other people in school because of shit going on at home that's like fucking with them, and seeing you in pain helps them forget about theirs. And it's like, that's not solving the problem, man. I don't know. I'm head out though. I'm getting really tired. I gotta private this stream or something. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I'll see. I'll test my luck maybe. I'll let it up. I'll see if it gets any views. But that's gonna be it, I think, for our little chat. Maybe we'll come back again at some point. Some point during the week. I'm not entirely sure. I'm 7 pages into this fucking 51-page document. No, 47. Maybe it got compressed. The one news thing that I heard said 51. But I don't know. It's gonna take me a while to read this whole thing. Maybe I'll take the entirety of tomorrow to just sit and read it. And then the next day on Wednesday, we'll come back to it with our final thoughts. But yeah, you boys, I'm shutting down fast. So tune in next time. Have a good night. Sleep well. Don't piss the bed. Bye.